like clock. I can't stop. Fuck around, make my 40 pop. No popcorn, I pop pistol.
Boruto is actually getting a brand new Rasengan in a couple of weeks, and I'm so excited for it. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are gonna be excited for it as well. Now, first things first, I do want you guys to understand it's not necessarily confirmed yet, but this is as close as it's probably gonna get. All right, so in episode 168, we understand that Boruto is most likely gonna be training with Kakashi. In episode 170, the title is going to be a new Rasengan. Now again, that's not necessarily confirming that Boruto is definitely gonna have a brand new Rasengan by episode 170, and this is definitely not confirming that Boruto is gonna have a brand new Rasengan mastered by episode 170, but it's definitely confirmed that Boruto will definitely be working towards a brand new Rasengan. We're probably gonna get to know exactly what it is and what the content of it is going to be by episode 170. Now the next thing is going to be what kind of Rasengan is going to be. I'm pretty sure at this particular point a lot of people are automatically going to assume that it's going to be lightning style, and similar to me, I would really love to see Boruto even call it a RasenChidori. That would definitely be my dream. Now it's really not only fan speculation. If you guys do recall, in a previous opening we've seen Boruto with a lightning style Rasengan. Now I do want to caution people, everything that we do see in the opening isn't necessarily legit, but because we did see Boruto with the lightning style Rasengan in the opening, kind of makes me think that the Boruto writers have an eye on that. They basically understand that that's definitely a possibility, so it's not necessarily 100% headcanon from the fans. Boruto also going to Kakashi for assistance could potentially make that much more likely as well. Even though we know a character like Kakashi has the ability to use all 5 chakra natures, one of his main chakra natures is obviously lightning style, and also Boruto knows how to use the lightning style as well. He uses it in the Boruto stream, he uses it in the vanishing Rasengan, he sometimes infuses his Shuriken with lightning style, and not only that, the greatest of all, he basically had an imperfect Chidori in the tuning exam versus a character like Shinki, which was extremely strong during that time. So to me, I just believe that all signs are pointing to a lightning style Rasengan, and hopefully maybe a RasenChidori. I even have an idea of how Boruto can potentially do this. It could actually be the same way that Naruto used wind style in his Rasengan. Boruto could definitely summon a shadow clone, and then the shadow clone can then provide a lightning style to the Rasengan that Boruto already makes with his original self. But I definitely want to point out there is still major questions surrounding this quote-unquote lightning style Rasengan. This is kind of spoilers for the anime onlys, but first things first, we have not seen Boruto use a quote-unquote lightning style Rasengan or any unusual Rasengan in the Boruto manga as of yet, and that right there may actually be for a multitude of reasons. I feel like one of the best reasons that we could potentially think of is the fact that Boruto is probably not necessarily going to master this quote-unquote lightning style Rasengan or his new Rasengan as soon as he thinks of it. I know I'm drawing a lot of parallels to Naruto learning his Rasenchidori, but let's be honest, there's definitely going to be a lot of parallels. When Naruto himself learned the Rasenchidori, he pretty much didn't have it mastered at all. One of the first times that Naruto actually tried to use it, it completely disappeared, like it was a complete dud, and Naruto was left looking like a fool. And of course he basically redeemed himself on the second try, but regardless, what we understood was Naruto definitely was not proficient in using that jutsu. And even when he actually completed that jutsu, Tsunade told Naruto to never use that jutsu again, mainly because it destroyed his arm. It was basically like a double-edged sword for Naruto. So this could definitely be the same situation in the case with Boruto, and especially because his lightning style, it could potentially have an even more detrimental effect on Boruto than the RasenChidori had on Naruto. One of the things that and I'm pretty sure a lot of the other people out there kind of forget about is the fact that anime Boruto and manga Boruto, they're not really that far apart in terms of their actual age. Boruto in the manga, we don't necessarily know for sure, but I would guess that the Boruto in the manga is probably like 6 months to a year older than the anime Boruto that we do know right now in the anime. So because of that, you could potentially just assume that Boruto is not necessarily going to get the adequate amount of training when the events in the manga are actually taking place for Boruto to then use the Rasengan with 100% confidence. So because of that, we're probably not really going to get to see it in the Boruto manga. Now another thing is the fact that the Boruto manga, they tend to try to not spoil things like this until they absolutely have to. One of the best examples of this is Sada basically not using her Sharingan in the Boruto manga for like over a year. And then when she did finally use it, she had 3 tomos. As you guys know right now in the Boruto anime, Sada still only has 1 tomo. And I'm pretty sure when Sada does unlock the 2nd tomo and then unlock the 3rd tomo, that's probably going to be in the anime. But they were trying so hard to hold back that Sada has 3 tomos until it was absolutely necessary for her to actually use the Sharingan in the manga. And that could definitely still be the situation right here. Even though Boruto has been in situations where he definitely had to fight some very strong opponents, they might still be kind of holding that back and kind of watering down the fights, so we don't really get to see what Boruto has in terms of a potential enhanced Rasengan. Now here's something that I personally definitely would not like, but I'm pretty sure the Boruto writers would definitely do something like this. They would have Boruto actually try this Rasengan out on a character like Deepa, because Deepa pretty much destroyed Boruto, and Boruto is training right now solely to defeat a character just like Deepa. I wouldn't be surprised if the Boruto writers would actually have Boruto use this Rasengan on Deepa and potentially beat him. I personally wouldn't like that, mainly because I'm vying for a Sasuke versus Deepa fight. I personally think that right there would definitely be amazing, but I definitely want to tell you guys, do not rule out Boruto actually going back, trying to find Deepa, and then using that ability on Deepa for Deepa to then lose that battle. Now, first things first, he's going to be training with Kakashi. Now, Boruto and Kakashi, they haven't necessarily had a lot of time together, but they did kind of have a very iconic couple of episodes. Boruto actually went through the belt test with Kakashi, and Kakashi himself said that Boruto was cut from a different cloth. He basically said that Boruto is definitely a prodigy, and from that, what we understood is that Kakashi would definitely like to work with Boruto in the future, not only because of that, but also because of Boruto's ideals. If you guys do know Kakashi, he believes heavily in teamwork, and same with Boruto. Boruto, similar to Naruto, would literally risk their lives just to protect a friend, and that's exactly what Kakashi wants in a student. A lot of people have been saying that they want a training arc. I strongly doubt that we're gonna ever get to see a specific training arc, like an arc where it's only going to be training. I think we're definitely gonna get to see Boruto training, we're definitely gonna get to see Sada training, and we'll probably get to see some things with Mitsuki and Orochimaru, but it's not only gonna be solely about that. I'm pretty sure they're possibly gonna have another mission running parallel in time to those scenes as well. For example, if you guys do recall, when Naruto was learning the RasenChidori, that really wasn't the sole objective of the whole entire episode. If you guys do recall, that was during the time of the Hidan and Kaguzu arc. So 1000%, even though Boruto learning the Rasengan is going to be a very interesting thing, I doubt that that's probably going to be the only thing running at this particular time. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below, and give me your opinions about Boruto's next Rasengan. Do you guys actually think it's going to be a lightning style Rasengan? As I said, I think every sign right now that we do have is pointing to the new Rasengan being a lightning style, but again, nothing right now is set in stone, nothing right now is confirmed. It's just a very, very interesting thing to speculate about. But let me know what you guys think. It's been your boy BarB, and we out.
It's a knife.